Alright, let me show you how you can install WordPress locally on your computer using local by Flywheel. So you can go to localwp.com and it's free for the most part. So what you want to do is you simply click on the download button up here, and then you can choose your platform, whether you're working with a Mac, Windows, Linux, and so on. I'm working with Windows, so I'm going to choose Windows. And then I can simply go ahead and provide my first name, last name, work email, and then phone number, and then get it now. So I've already done this before, so I don't need to do so again. Just simply go ahead and provide your first name, all these details, then click on get it now, and then you will get your download link to download local on your computer. Alrighty, so as you can see right now, I have already downloaded the local application. It's about 460 megabytes for the Windows PC. So I'm going to go ahead now and install it by double clicking on the file itself. And it might take a while for you to see this particular window pop up. Just be patient, but it will pop up eventually. So right now you can install Flywheel for anyone or just you on your computer. I'm going to go with only for me. So I'll click on next, click on install. And there you go. It's very straightforward. Let's just wait for a few more seconds for this to finish. It's a little bit large. It's going to be about 1.5 gig once you finish installing the application, and it will only get bigger and bigger with the more local websites that you create on your computer, because keep in mind that you'll be storing all the files, the themes, the plugins, everything that make up your websites will be stored locally on your computer. So make sure that you have enough space in your hard drive. Okay, so this is taking a little bit longer than I expected. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause the video, and okay, it seems to be picking up right now. Okay, so I knew it doesn't usually take that long to install, but for some reason, maybe because it knows I'm recording, it decided to take a bit more time. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead now and simply click on finish, and we can run local as well. And I'm going to show you how you can now begin to create websites using local on your computer. So right now, let me just come down here. You will see the local symbol right here. That's for local down there. So this is basically the main interface. And now we can create a new site by clicking on the green button right here. Let's go ahead and create a new site. And let's just call this one Blogger, just as an example. Okay, this is going to be the name of our website. You do have the advanced options right here where you can choose the local site domain, the local site path, and then whether you want to create a site from Blueprint. You don't need any of this. I would recommend you just ignore them. Just go ahead, click on continue, and then right here you have the preferred options, or you have custom. This is where you can indicate the kind of database software you want to use and so on. Again, if you click on custom, you can choose your PHP version, your web server, your database. Unless you know what you're doing, I would recommend you simply go with the preferred option. Okay, click on continue, and now you can provide your username. I'm going to provide my username as Alex, and then the password, I'm going to provide a strong password all the same. And then WordPress email, I'll just go ahead and add my official email right here, funkyonline.com. And of course, you also have advanced options where you can indicate if this is a subdirectory or a subdomain. We're not doing any of that, so I'll just click on no. Let's go ahead now and simply add our site. And right now, local is creating the website locally on our computer. It's not gonna take that long, so let's see. All right, so it's starting up the site services, and so you might get warning signs like this saying, hey, this program is trying to access your processor, things like that. Just say yes. Okay, make sure you grant permission. If you have a firewall that's also active on your computer, on your Mac or your PC, the firewall might also say, hey, this particular application is trying to access files or make changes. It's safe, don't worry, just go ahead and grant access to the application. So as you can see right now, it is downloading WordPress. It's now adding WordPress. Alright, so I'm going to pause the video right now and simply resume once WordPress has installed. And okay, so you can see right now just as I said I was going to pause the video, it quickly went ahead to finish installing. So there you go, we have WordPress installed successfully on our Blogger website. And then right here where you have your overview, you can make certain changes. So right now you have the site domain in here, blogger.local, you have the SSL. I would recommend you go ahead, click on trust, so that your browser will trust your local website to run HTTPS. It may not always work, but in all honesty, it's not going to matter for the most part because you're still working with files locally on your PC. Alright, you don't need to change anything in here for web server, PHP version. The one-click admin, it's currently disabled, but I'll recommend that you enable it. Let me show you what it does. So right now, right here, if I go to the admin button right here, I want to access the back end of my site. You can see right now I have to provide a username and a password, but let me go back to Fly. If I go ahead now and enable this for myself, who is the admin, and I say Alex, if I go ahead now and click on admin, automatically right now you will see that I have now been logged in. So this will depend on whether or not you're the only person who uses your computer. Even if there are other people who use your computer and you trust them, this is perfectly fine. You don't need to provide your username and your password because you're still working with files locally on your computer. So I would highly recommend you go ahead and activate the one-click admin. It just makes things so much more convenient and easier for you. Okay, right here you have your database, okay? And if you ever need to access the database for your website, you simply click on the Open Admin now. Okay, I've clicked in there, and right now you can see I have access to the actual database for my website. So if you ever need to access your database, this is how you would do so with local. And then you have utilities as well, which, yeah, we don't need to work with these. You also have tools where you can buy things like live links, instant reload, link checker, things like that. You also have the image optimizer option that would allow you to optimize images with local. But in all honesty, there are plugins that you can also use from WordPress directly that can help you with this. Okay, just a few more things to mention with you. The connect button right here, this works specifically if you're hosting with WP Engine. You can easily transfer your files to WP Engine. You simply log in with your host and then follow the prompts. It's very, very, very convenient. Unfortunately, it's only WP Engine right now that Flywheel is partnered with. Hopefully, in the near future, they will partner up with other very popular web hosting providers like CloudHost and Cloudways and SiteGround and so on. And then right here you have the add-ons again. You don't really need to work with any of these. And then right here you have the get help button and so on. Down here, of course, you have the plus button to add a new site if you want to. Up here is your account. You can upgrade to Pro or log into the hub if you want to. And then of course you have your menu buttons right here where you can add a new site. You can import a site as well, and you can also check for updates. Okay, let's go back to the Blogger site, and I want to show you something very, very, very important. If you need to access the files that make up your website, I'm not talking about the database now, I'm talking about the actual files themselves. Right here underneath the name of your site, you will see this link, this arrow. You simply click in there, and this will take you to the folder containing local and all your files for your websites. And then from here you want to go to the app, open up public, and now right here you have access to the core files making up your WordPress website. So if you go to WP content, for example, right here you will have access to your plugins, your themes folder, and so on. So if you ever need to access the files of your website locally, this is how you would do so. Alright, a few more things. You can choose to stop the website if you want to go on a break and resume later. You simply click on stop site right here. And then let me show you one other very, very cool feature with local. Right here you can actually enable a live link for your site that will allow people to access it on the internet. So right here where you have the live link, you can go ahead now, click on enable. Okay, so what this does is that it's going to create a live link for your site. I'm going to go ahead and click on copy. and then I'm going to go back to my browser. Let's come right here, and I'm going to paste and go. Right now you can see I can now access my Blogger website via the internet. So if you ever need to access your site via the internet, you can do so by creating a live link, but of course keep in mind that you will need internet access in order to do so. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead now and stop everything, and if you want to delete your website that you've created, you simply right click right here on the name of your website, and then right here you will have the delete button. You can rename the button. You can rename the site as well. You can clone the site, you can start the site, you can open up the folder for your site as well, and so on and so forth. So that's pretty much how to install WordPress locally on your computer using local. Thank you for watching, and of course I will see you in the next class.